if I had told you prior to the season that in week 10 there would be a surprise new play caller in Detroit and it would be Dan Campbell, you'd say, uh-oh, this is a lost season, or nothing good would come out of it. And they had one of their best offensive days of the year, maybe outside of beating Ben Johnson's Bears in week 2. What'd you make of this decision?
I love it. From a couple different standpoints, is that, taking a big picture view of things. I know the automatic reaction is, oh, Johnny Morton's not the right guy. They hired the wrong guy if he's taking away the play calling right away. But there is an art to calling plays and getting a feel for games. And it's so funny that, we want to throw these young quarterbacks in and want them to be a finished product as soon as they step on an NFL field. And we put these guys in as coordinators, and they're supposed to be a finished product because they're in that position without having the opportunity to grow into the position. And I think that's basically what, Dan is saying here. He's not saying, oh, I hired the wrong guy. This guy can't be great at this. I think he's just saying, okay, we've experimented. He's not quite there yet. So I'm going to take over, and because I've been there and I've done this and I know what I want, and I'm going to be able to guide him a little bit. I'm going to coach my coaches. It's not just coaching players, but I'm going to coach my coaches, and I'm going to get him up to speed, however long that takes, right? He said, hey, he might get it back this year. It might be next year. All of that, but he's just saying, hey, we tried this. It's not exactly where I want it to be yet, and not that I expected it to be. I think we all hoped it would be, but it isn't there yet. That's okay. But I'm going to be smart enough to go, well, I'm not just going to, just keep riding this wave. If I don't feel like it's where and to our standard right now, I'll take it over. And, I believe I can do a good job, and we'll get back to the standard. And then I can bring my guy along with me, and I can teach him and talk to him through some of this stuff so we can get him up to speed and ready to go whenever that is, because we believe we have the right guy in that position. So I love the decision, and I love the way that he talked about it and didn't, just kind of say, hey, oh, yeah, I made a mistake, this is done. No, I understand there's a process here. There's a process for every guy that has to go from one level or one position to another position. You're never just a finished product, and it takes time to get there. And I think that's what Dan said. And in the meantime, he's going to help grow that coach until he feels he's ready to take back over. I was saying, again, we have our Overreaction Monday pod, and Brockman's like, if Dan Campbell's going to keep the play calling and they're going to finish the 1 seed, I said that's kind of an overreaction. But if they're good enough to be the 1 seed and he keeps the play calling, that puts him in Coach of the Year category for sure, right? I mean, to make a move in the manner in which you said, we didn't catch a wind of it. And so there wasn't controversy leading up. There wasn't pressure during, other than whatever he was putting on himself by making that move. And then the way you talked about it afterwards removed a lot of the potential controversy. It helps to win and get 500 yards total, and Jahmyr Gibbs looked like Gale Sayers, but kudos, man, like big time. Yeah, big exactly. Ups. And the other thing is that I think we've seen Dan, do thing after thing after thing in his time with the Lions that, just keep reiterating the fact that he's a really good football coach. He's a really good leader. And you hear his players say that, you hear coaches that are with him say that, people around the league respect him for that. And so I think he already has tremendous respect in this league. And he continues to win, and he continues to find ways to have success with different guys in different positions. And so, that would not be out of the realm of possibility that this is a good football team. If they play like they did under his play calling this past Sunday, and make a run and finish, top in the NFC for sure, but up there in the NFC. I think he definitely belongs in that conversation again, for a Coach of the Year type situation. And but again, I just think we continue to see how good a football coach he is, and how he seems to have a great pulse of his team and what's going on, and seems to push the right buttons at the right times. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app, 12 to 3 Eastern.